So given topic post-COVID diabetes, what happened thereafter. So this is my outline. I will go through this. And as all we know, COVID is a pandemic disease and still it is going on. And it's caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. That is a pathogen responsible for the disease, and it creates lot of morbidity as well as mortality. As per documented by WHO in June last year, the reported cases were around 53 millions, and out of them, around 6 million deaths has been reported. So we can say in absolute number, it is not so high, but when we talk about the total number, cumulative number of deaths, it is quite high. And percentage-wise, it is only 1.2% of death of reported cases. And diabetes itself has more morbidity as well as mortality among the COVID-19 patients. And post-COVID diabetes might arguably belong to the category of disorder which now have been diagnostic level of long COVID syndrome. So we can say development of new onset diabetes after COVID, especially after 4 weeks to 6 months of the disease. If diabetes develops, then we can also consider it as a long COVID syndrome. So this is a vicious cycle between diabetes and COVID. It has bidirectional relationship. It is not straightforward. The occurrence of COVID creates inflammation, hypercoagulation state, oxidative stress, and beta cell damage along with endothelial dysfunction. On the top of this, if patient has already diabetes, means hyperglycemia, chronic inflammation, hypercoagulation, and oxidative stress, again worse. So individuals who have already comorbidity like obesity, male sex, older age, having pre-existing micro and macrovascular disease, they are more likely to chance of severe illness as well as mortality. So come to the epidemiology and COVID-19 new onset of diabetes. We have some evidence from the reported previously published data, and many patients of COVID-19 patients who experience severe disease, whether they require ICU care or ventilatory support or having mortality, they have either have pre-existing illness in terms of hypertension seen in the 43 patient and diabetes in 33 patient and coronary heart disease 26. So we can say those have already risk are at for developing higher or severe degree of disease. And admission rate to the ICU is higher among the diabetic patient as compared to non-diabetic, as well as mortality is twice high in diabetic patient as compared to non-diabetic in COVID patient. So this is the meta-analysis that is published in early 2022, in which they shows that total reported cases of around 216 million and deaths were around 4.5 million. And the prevalence of diabetes was 33%, and those mortality occur were more belong to the diabetic patient that were around 22%. So we talk about the occurrence of hyperglycemia, diabetic ketoacidosis or new onset diabetes. It significantly impact the disease outcome. So what are the hypotheses that developed the diabetes onset? So we have 4-5 mechanisms for that. Cytopathic effect of the virus itself on the beta cell is predominant, and autoimmune destruction of the pancreatic beta cell by the more generation of autoregulatory T cells, and host response to the COVID-19 drug, especially steroids, and undetected pre-existing diabetes can be flare up or detected during COVID-19, and acute illness related stress that cause excessive release of CRS that has causing of hyperglycemia by hypercortisolemia. So this is the protective mechanism by which diabetes can occur in COVID-19 patients. So this is a pictorial diagram of the cell that I have already told. So this is a different study in which we found out that the new onset diabetes occurrence ranging from 5 to 21% depending on the study population, and this is the mechanism how it has occur. It is due to the post-COVID inflammation and dysglycemia due to the persistent inflammatory cytokines as well as destruction of the beta cells or exaggerated cytokine storm response in COVID-19 patients. So come to the clinical evidences. We have national as well as international evidences in regarding the mortality, severe glycemia occurrence of the fatigue, increased diabetic complication and new onset of diabetes during COVID as well as post-COVID. So this is the studies that shows the high mortality in post-COVID-19 patients who have diabetes. So diabetes itself is a risk factor for mortality as well as morbidity, not during in the COVID phase itself, but also in post-COVID phase as well. So we can see here the long-term mortality was higher in diabetic patient as compared to non-diabetic. It was 33.9 in diabetic group and only 29% in non-diabetic. It was statistically significant. And follow-up was around 20 months, almost 2 years. So this is another study. It shows that increase of type 2 diabetes in individuals after COVID-19. So there is high prevalence of new onset of diabetes who suffered from the COVID-19, and it was compared with acute upper respiratory infection, and there was a lot of individuals enrolled in this study, and around 35,000 cases of COVID-19 were followed for almost 1 year, and similarly of acute respiratory control of around 35,000 individuals were followed for 160 days, not for 1 year, 160 days. And the COVID-19 individual have higher risk of diabetes development. And this is the study which shows that pre-diabetic population who have COVID-19 infection are also at high risk for development of new onset diabetes, and it is more occur in the individual who were hospitalized. As we can see easily in the slides, inpatient means those who get hospitalized. The COVID positive individual has more conversion of pre-diabetes to diabetes. It was 21%, while in COVID negative it was only 6%. So almost 3.5 times higher occurrence of pre-diabetes to diabetes conversion. Similarly, persistent of diabetes also more observed in individuals who suffered from the COVID. So come to the next, high risk and burden of incident diabetes in post-acute phase of COVID-19 survival, in which we have lot of population that we followed for around 1 year, 352 days, and we found that the persistent or new onset diabetes as well as utilized of anti-hyperglycemic drugs were more among the survivor of COVID-19 individual as compared to others. And composite outcome was also higher in this COVID survival population. We have meta-analysis of around 8 studies that involve around 4 million individuals, and we compared with the controls, and we have found that around 60% higher risk of development of new onset diabetes in COVID-19 survivor as compared to other. We have some Indian evidences as well. In this study, although their number is small, only 260 individuals were included in this study, and we found that the improved glycemic control is associated with better outcome in terms of hospital stay as well as requisition of intermittent mechanical ventilation as well as mortality were quite less in the individual who were well controlled glycemic status. There is a higher incidence of new onset of diabetes among post-COVID-19. This is the Indian data. We have only 100 patients. Out of them, 58 were non-diabetic and 42 were pre-diabetic, and they were followed around 3 months. We can say easily that around 10.3% of non-diabetic population developed new onset pre-diabetic status, and 11.9% 13.8 means 8 individual developed new onset of diabetes. So conversion of pre-diabetes to diabetes as well as non-diabetic to diabetes is higher after COVID. So we have some effect of lockdown as well on the glycemic status. This is a study from India that involved around 300 individuals, and it was observational study in which we can easily find out that after COVID lockdown, we can easily find out that there is a significantly worsening of the glycemic control. There was a 0.5% increment in the mean HbA1c over a period of studies among 307 patients. So it significantly shows that lockdown impact stress over the individual, especially diabetic population, and it may cause poor glycemic control. This is a study again from India that shows that individuals who develop COVID-19 have higher risk of fatigue after recovery, and it was measured by the fatigue score that has some validated questionnaires. Out of that, we subdivided in individual those who have score less than 4 and those who have score more than 4. So both were higher in the COVID group with diabetes. So this is another meta-analysis done by Indian authors, and that again shows that the risk of new onset of diabetes is higher in post-COVID individuals, and its impact is quite high, and it shows around 59% of high risk of developing diabetes. So come to the management of diabetes in COVID-19. So as we all know, it has bidirectional effect. We cannot clear-cutly mention that whether it is COVID-related diabetes or it is pre-existing dysglycemia that is over during this current COVID-19 infection. So we have to be vigilant. And presence of diabetes influence the post-COVID-19 syndrome by various pathological mechanisms. And post-COVID syndrome in patients with diabetes could be detrimental in multiple ways, as it may cause exaggerated tachycardia, means patient heart rate may goes up. Patient may develop sarcopenia, means vessel wasting. Patient may have microvascular dysfunction if patient is suffering from diabetes. So strict control of blood glucose level, in addition to rectification of other comorbidities, supervised rehabilitation, physical exercise, optimal nutrition would help in the recovery of the patients and management of the post-COVID syndrome. So come to the management of COVID-19 associated diabetes. It is difficult and there is no definite clear-cut guidelines framed to treat diabetes. If there is an acute hyperglycemia during admission, then it should be monitored or by more vigilant way, either by CGMS or by repeated frequent CGMS, and it should be managed by IV insulin infusion or multiple dose of insulin therapy. The exact duration of hospital stay of patient with newly detected diabetes following SARS-CoV-2 infection cannot be defined. It may varies depending on the underlying comorbidities. Patient with stress-induced hyperglycemia may revert to normoglycemia if they recovered from the acute phase of illness, and SGLT2 inhibitors as well as glucagon-like peptide receptor agonists are the preferred novel therapeutic agents of choice, as it has beneficial effect on the body weight as well as having good glycemic control effect and having good cardiovascular outcome safety profile. So these are the different mechanisms by which we can monitor the blood glucose. And at the summary, COVID-19 portends a poor prognosis, especially in patients of type 2 diabetes. And diabetes mellitus itself has severe disease, intensive care unit admission goes up, and there is an increased mortality in diabetic patient if they suffer from COVID. The relationship between COVID-19 and diabetes is bidirectional. COVID-19 diabetes might arguably blend to the category of disorder which now have been diagnostic level of long COVID. And considering the associated comorbidity in COVID-19 patient, hypoglycemic agent that improve metabolic function like weight and cardiovascular outcome should be used as a preferred agent. And if patient developed acute hyperglycemia, then it should be managed with insulin. With this, thanks for patient sharing. If any question.